A snow day yet, John Scott?
Not yet. No, and some of the districts around here go back to school today, and they cancel it.
Yes, I think that's going to happen, especially up towards New England, where they're going to get quite a dumping of snow. And with the winds, blizzard conditions are imminent, especially for Long Island and Cape Cod. Let's take a look at it. We've got two sources of energy that are going to come together and give us our first official nor'easter of 2014. So right now, the snow that you see is not the main powerhouse system. It's coming together. It's going to come together, the worst of conditions overnight tonight and into tomorrow. So there's the snow as we look ahead through time. Around 9 p.m. tonight, we're looking at all snow for D.C. up towards New York and Boston. The temperatures are going to drop significantly. Some of the coldest air we have felt in years. As you can see, 18 in New York. In the drive in tomorrow, it's going to be treacherous, if not impossible, to travel. So make your plans now and definitely call ahead to all of the airports. We're going to see delays and cancellations not only through today, tonight, and into tomorrow. As we head out further in time, Friday the storm exits, but we're still going to see some blustery conditions. Winter weather advisories across the Ohio River Valley up towards the Northeast and New England. The pink areas here are winter storm warnings, and those wind gusts in excess of 50 miles per hour. We could actually see the Long Island Expressway close down this evening, John Scott, something that doesn't typically happen here in New York. Back to you.
You got to stay with the latest. JD?
I'm doing something I have not done before, Greg and Arthel. I'm doing a weather report with a throat lozenge in my throat to see if it works. Okay? Everybody's battling this cold, right?
Don't choke.
It's perfect. That would make for good television, wouldn't it? Okay, so here's the two storms we're talking about. One across the Ohio River Valley, another across the southeast. They're going to come together overnight tonight and bring us quite a blockbuster storm. We might not see a ton of snow totals, but the winds are going to be excessive, in some cases 50 miles per hour, and that's going to give us blizzard-like conditions for parts of Long Island, along the coast, and even Cape Cod and the islands. So as we go through time here, 10 p.m. Thursday, still seeing the snow. Washington, D.C., up towards Philadelphia, New York, and Boston. Mainly rain for Norfolk, but then we're going to see that cold air kind of plunge southward. Still seeing the snow around the rush hour heading into work on Friday, but then by 10 a.m., 11 a.m., it's offshore. We're still going to see those wind gusts, though, in excess of 30 miles per hour. So that's the concern as we go through the afternoon and the evening and the overnight, is that we could see some snow totals, but the winds are going to be very, very dangerous across this area. So that's why people are urged to stay off the roads, especially after the dinner time hour and traveling into work tomorrow morning. So 3 to 6 inches around the Philadelphia area, 6 to 10 for New York City. The red shaded areas here, blizzard warnings are in effect here. And then 10 to 14 as we get up to New England. That's where we think we're going to see the jackpot of snow. Taking a look at one of our computer models here, we're looking at around 6 inches of snow in New York, a foot in Boston. But again, even though it's not a huge snowmaker, the winds are what's going to make it very dangerous. And on top of that, we're going to see wind chills below zero in a lot of these areas. Some of the coldest air of the season, really air that we have not seen in a couple of years. There are the wind gusts right now, so we're already seeing those winds start to kick up, and this storm really even hasn't gotten its act together. So we'll continue to monitor it. Hi, Greg. Yeah, unfortunately, the worst is yet to come. You see some of the snow moving in towards the northeast. They're getting it in Boston, but the worst of it really coming in the overnight hours and into tomorrow morning. We've got two storms that are going to merge up here and give us our first nor'easter of 2014. Now, the snow totals won't be that impressive. It's not going to be a blockbuster storm, but the problem is the winds. We could see wind gusts in excess of 50 miles per hour. That's why we have blizzard warnings for Long Island and up towards Cape Cod. And take a look at the temperatures as they drop. So we're mainly going to see snow overnight tonight from D.C. up towards New York and Boston. It's going to continue overnight into tomorrow morning. Tomorrow morning's commute is going to be difficult, dangerous, if not impossible, all along the I-95 corridor. So people are urged to stay inside. Schools are going to be canceled. And yes, there's going to be a snow day, but the temperatures are going to be so cold, you really don't want your kids playing out in the snow. Look at the wind chill. This is what it's going to feel like by 12 p.m. on Friday. -1 in New York, -12 in Albany, -9 in Boston. So dangerously cold temperatures. You don't want to be outside. Winter weather advisories posted across the Ohio River Valley up towards the northeast. And again, where I mentioned the blizzard warning for Long Island and Cape Cod with wind gusts in excess of 50 miles per hour. That's going to cause whiteout conditions. People cannot be on the roads. And we're going to see certainly some delays and cancellations at the airport. Those blizzard conditions are going to continue overnight tonight and into tomorrow morning. So people are urged to stay off the roads. And we'll keep you posted. Greg, back to you.
Janice Dean, thanks for the update. Appreciate it.
And Greg, our Team Fox.
Absolutely. And for the Northeast, some of these temperatures we haven't felt in years. And even though kids are going to have a snow day tomorrow, it's really dangerous for the kids to be out playing in the snow. So just keep that in mind. Two pieces of energy here coming together across the Northeast and another across the Southeast. And that's what's going to combine and phase and make our nor'easter this evening, overnight tonight. That's when the worst conditions are going to happen. So we're going to start to see that snow already flying in Boston, like Molly Line mentioned, of course. D.C. around 10 p.m. You're going to see mainly a snow event. Philadelphia, New York. And then we won't see a huge blockbuster storm in terms of snow totals. But the dangerous part of this, Harris, is the winds. We're going to see wind gusts in excess of 50 miles per hour. So the snow consistency is going to be dry, and that's going to just blow all over the place. Whiteout conditions, blizzard-like conditions for many of these big cities.
And I said not to make too much.
Some impressive snow totals, especially across New England, where I think we could see upwards of 2 feet. Here's one of the computer models that we're talking about, 6 to 10 for New York, 4 to 8 to Philadelphia. Again, not huge amounts of snow, but the problem is, the dangerous part of this is the fact that the winds are going to be gusting in some cases for 36 hours. So people are urged to stay off the roads. They might even shut down the Long Island Expressway. So that tells you something.
Yeah, and we're talking about
that Arctic air is coming southward. Yeah, they are setting records in Canada, all-time lows in Quebec City, Ottawa as well, and points northward. The temperatures are going to drop significantly here in the Northeast as well. Taking a look at your forecast satellite radar imagery, as this storm exits, we're going to see these temperatures drop. And these are air temperatures, but the wind chills, Harris, are going to be below zero. Take a look as we go further out in time. Again, below zero for many of these big cities overnight tonight and into tomorrow. Friday at 8 a.m., it's going to feel like -2 in New York, going to feel like -15 in Boston, going to feel like -41 in Caribou, Maine. So again, even though we're going to have snow on the ground, a lot of snow days out here, kids can't be outside in this type of weather.
No one. And we want to remind.
The impact is going to hit millions of people. We have over 24 states now under winter weather advisories, and it's really two storms coming together as one nor'easter. So a low pressure across the Gulf Coast, one across the Ohio River Valley. They're going to merge or phase and bring us this nor'easter. And we have new information, blizzard warnings up from Long Island all the way up to coastal Maine now. So we could see wind gusts in excess of 50 miles per hour. So even though maybe you're not getting the jackpot of storm totals in terms of snow, winds gusting over 50 miles per hour is going to make travel impossible. It's going to cripple travel overnight tonight and into tomorrow. So as we look ahead, Friday morning's commute is going to be very hard across the I-95 corridor. It is out of here by the afternoon, but we're still left with those blustery conditions. So winter weather advisories, as I mentioned, for over 24 states. And as you can see in red, Stuart, here, that's where we have our blizzard warnings, including much of Long Island, coastal Massachusetts, all the way up to Maine. Wind gusts in excess of 50 miles per hour. Again, people are urged to stay inside. It's going to be a snow day for a lot of kids in Boston, northward. But the temperatures are going to be so frigid, people need to be staying indoors. This is forecast wind chill. As we go through the evening, it's going to drop considerably below zero for all of these big cities by 10 a.m. Friday, talking about below zero wind chills for New York, Boston, Albany, Bangor, Caribou, Maine. Back to you. It's Janice Dean live from the Fox News Extreme Weather Center, where we are tracking our first nor'easter of 2014. Let's take a look live at Fox News Extreme Weather Center. First of the weather is really coming overnight tonight as these two systems combine. We'll see mainly a snow event from D.C. up towards Boston, and then the temperatures are going to drop. Dangerously cold wind chills in the overnight and into tomorrow. We're talking about wind chills below zero for a lot of these big cities.